Welcome to Technology in Education. Technology will not replace teachers, but teachers who use technology will replace those who do not. Incoming teachers, hear these words loudly. Teachers who use technology will replace those who do not. Do you hear opportunity? Are you nervous? No matter whether you are a digital native or a technophobe, your job as a teacher is to authentically infuse technology into every aspect of your classroom. Your future students deserve it. This presentation will give you the backing for your tech endeavors and will describe how this educational technology class will give you a strong tech foundation. But don't stop here. Continue using these concepts in all your future coursework until your lessons utilize technology as naturally as pen and paper. You have likely heard the phrase, college and career readiness. What does this phrase mean for technology? The turn of the millennium spurred a lot of folks to take stock. Businesses got together and cried, "Hey, you are sending us a workforce that can't perform the way we need it to." Big business like Apple, AOL, Time Warner, Microsoft, and Cisco Systems formed the Partnership for 21st Century Learning. They loudly advocated for new education that serves college and career readiness. Rapid changes in technology and the globalization of the world's economy have ensured that we need to do a better job of educating all our students in order to prepare them for success. 21st century skills are no longer just for the top tier or just for those students headed to college, but essential for all students. Around the same time, the International Society for Technology and Education released the first National Education Technology Standards, known as NETS. These standards are now a mainstay in education.
The world is far different than it was 15 years ago. We keep hearing all the time, and we're getting kids ready for a world that we don't know exactly what they're going to need. What we want to do is more inquiry, more engagement, more thinking on the part of our kids, and technology becomes the lever to make that happen.
The technology is not going away at this point. The infusion of learning with technology is what our students are now expecting.
Teachers really struggle to understand the difference between teaching technology and integrating technology. What the standards do is to help articulate what technology integration is and what technology integration is not.
It's not about raising your test scores, it's not about keeping up with the Joneses, it's about changing the teaching and learning paradigm.
What do I need to know, be able to do, and understand? And what do I need to show my students in the classroom to kind of get them ready for not only online assessments, but a productive life?
The S standard is giving really a safety net for the teachers when they work with students and the technology in their hands. And instead of it is just technology available for the students, it is now a learning tool for them.
It's about supporting the teachers so they truly can see what it means to integrate technology into the classroom to support student learning, and not only to use technology because it's cool and fun. We know that it's cool and fun, but how is technology going to bring something to the classroom and to student achievement that's not otherwise possible?
And it allows us to have a common language with what we're looking at with teaching and learning, whereas before we didn't have any type of goals or expected outcomes. Now we have some ways in which we can grow together with a common language.
ISTE, Connected Learning, Connected World.
These big organizations made a big impact, and in 2010, the Common Core standards were released. Technology is all over the language arts standards. In fact, technology is present in 15% of the 662 grade level standards. That's a lot. You may be thinking, but Florida doesn't use the Common Core. We have our own set of standards. Actually, our Florida standards are the Common Core standards with just a few revisions, and those revisions do not affect any of the technology standards, which is good news. What does this mean for you? What you learn in this class applies to Florida in any of the 43 Common Core states, and anywhere that ISTE reaches. ISTE is an international organization. The concepts in this EdTech class are globally relevant. Let's take a look at ISTE and the Florida standards and see how they apply in this class. The ISTE standards are higher order standards sculpting learning for all subjects. They are universal for K-12 education. They will determine the environment you create in your class. The Florida standards are specific grade level curricula that teachers must follow. These are the standards you will cite in your lesson plans. They will determine exactly what you will teach. It's likely that the conglomerate that designed the Common Core heavily referenced ISTE standards. Many of the technology standards overlap. In this presentation, we will reference the Florida standards as you may teach in our state. Just remember that for technology, Common Core and the Florida standards are the same. ISTE's Creativity and Innovation Standard is found in Florida's Reading and Writing Standards. In this class, you will choose which technology applications interest you through the independent learning projects. Examples include digital storytelling, graphic design, Edmodo, MOOCs, and Prezi, which is the platform used in this presentation. ISTE's Communication and Collaboration Standard is found in Florida's Speaking and Listening and Writing Standards. In this class, you will exemplify the standards through assignments such as Twitter, blogs, newsletter, concept mapping, web design, surveys, Excel, PowerPoint, and a wiki. ISTE's Research and Information Fluency Standard is found in Florida's Writing Standards. In this class, you will model the standard through your web hunt and web resource evaluation assignments. You'll notice that both the ISTE and Florida standards have elements that do not coincide. A truly tech-infused classroom will incorporate them all. You'll also likely observe, as you progress through the assignments and learn more about the standards, these classifications are not discrete. Any given assignment will incorporate many ISTE and Florida standards at the same time. ISTE specifies technology operations and concepts, similar to FSU's technology requirements and perhaps why you are taking this class. You will have skill checks in Windows, Word and Graphics, PowerPoint, and Excel. ISTE teaches digital citizenship as a separate content area. Do not forego digital citizenship, whether it is specified in the Florida standards or not. In this class, we will explore copyright and fair use, but digital citizenship is demonstrated in all computer interactions, on and offline, from consuming to producing. The last ISTE standard is critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making, the foundation of an innovative American society. You will demonstrate these skills in your final project as you solve an instructional problem by synthesizing the programs and concepts you encounter this semester. Your group will first collaborate on the project and later will lead class-wide discussion on your problem and your solution. While ISTE's critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making are not specified in the Florida standards, the Florida standards have a component which is closely related. The Speaking and Listening Florida standards require students to integrate and evaluate multiple viewpoints presented through diverse media. Consuming media in all its forms is the heaviest technology presence in the Florida standards. Multimedia encompasses illustrations, photographs, charts, graphs, maps, animations, simulations, music, speeches, audio recordings, videos, and so on. Multimedia is required for all subject areas K-12, not just language arts classes, including history, social studies, science, and the technical subjects. Every teacher on campus must teach with media, and students must comprehend, analyze, and evaluate messages in all classes. The internet is the easiest way to curate media. Who wants to scour DVDs, CDs, and print materials to find the media you will need? In this class, you will find internet media sources in the Web Hunt assignment. Through this educational technology class, you will explore all the components of both ISTE and the Florida teachers. What kind of teacher will you be? What kind of future will you create?